Hey, sugars, and welcome back to Unfiltered Doll. We're about to get into these text messages, but if you don't mind, I just need to make a few church announcements. If you are not a fan of gossip, I highly recommend that you take the gluten-free muffins. See, y'all didn't eat those muffins. Y'all got a lot of those muffins still left over. Take a gluten-free muffin before you exit, love, because see, this isn't just your typical gossip. This gossip is different, and I don't want you feeling no type of way. So take your gluten-free muffin, but this time I am serving a drink with that so that you can get that dryness, you know what I mean, down. Yeah, all right, bye. Now, let's continue. When the doll is in a good mood, she is going to unscramble Nesto's text messages for you. And she will ad-lib and give commentary in between reading the text messages. And sometimes she might exaggerate and add words to the text messages so that we all know what he's talking about. We will do a little stuttering as well, so excuse me in advance. Words will bubble up on the screen. Those are auto-generated. Yes, the words are misspelled. I do not correct the spelling. I just leave it as it was auto-generated. Are you guys ready? Let's get into 11:16. So after Nesto basically calls Sonya out for not taking the pictures that he asked for and for not reading his messages in its entirety, she responds on the 16th, Nesto, and that's it. November 17th. Good morning, my love. I would like to remind you that you're living in a credible story listing. That you're saying how people's trying to draw you into their fantasy world, trying to discombobulate and pulling you into this virtual reality, into a fake. That is what social media truly is, to destroy you. If you're smart enough, you can use these techniques using that energy and turning it into power. Only if you're not procrastinating on your mission. If God directs this opportunity, which she don't even believe in God. Why do you keep bringing up God? She says she doesn't believe, but okay. You can use that energy, turning it into power, only if you're not procrastinating on your mission. If God directs this opportunity, you can use your face as a stepping stone. You can generate massive income and power that you don't have to beg for. It's already in your hands. Basically, what I'm saying is you're living in a Cinderella story, and one can fit the shoe. The shoe chose you. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. Let me tell you something. I don't know. He is so obsessed with Disney movies or anything that, nope, I'm not going to even go into that. I was about to go into a rabbit hole, but I'm not going to do that. So he says, you're living in a Cinderella story and one can fit the shoe. The shoe chose you. So you got to understand where the shoe is trying to guide you. If anybody knows you, you love to talk. That is your gift, talking. And your voice is not irritating, but she is, Nesto. See, that's the thing. I don't think her voice is irritating. It's the words that are coming out of her mouth. So even if we're like, oh, she has a soothing voice, or she would do amazing on podcasts, she's ruined that. And I know. You all would say, well, how did she ruin that? Y'all the one invade. I get it. All right. Damn. You love to talk. That's your gift. Talking, and your voice is not irritating. Your voice, it has character. It fits your demeanor, and with your wisdom, knowledge, and your experience, people can relate. But the most extraordinary is your beauty. So if you're going to do it, make your presence known. Do it right. You have to smother anything that's small-minded because you're dealing with small-minded people. Who you talking to, sir? I know you lying. Because you're dealing with small-minded people that deals with the most drama. Drama is king. If you set it up the right way, the podcast, do you know how many people struggling with themselves that has a family member, loved one, son that's incarcerated, and also the ones that fantasies that are in jail trying to control them just so that they can say that they have somebody? That wore me out. Y'all, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? Did you get it? I hope you got it, because we got another doozy coming. Jesus. Also, there would be a great opportunity to build a platform making a super residual income. That way you can transfer that end of the conversation when needed to bring other projects with other people. Who would be interested in things that didn't have no clue or courage to do so, to bring people to the fantasy world? So don't hold back. Well, Nesta, what the hell is the fantasy world? You make me sick. Someone please get this man to Epcot so he can have a little adult time down at the Walt Disney, because he's just really, he's working my nerves. So don't hold back. I support your decision. If you have a thorough plan, I told you God will send you some type of opportunity to help you grow and provide tools. And they know how to help you set me free. See, here's the thing, Brother Williams. It's one thing to be her can I call him a cheerleader? Well, he's a cheerleader today. It's one thing to motivate her, give her, push her in the direction to do better things, but it's not genuine, because you're only doing this because you're worried about the income, because you, sir, need another attorney. So it's like, come on now. I guess I wouldn't read it or be interested as well. You can't make somebody do something they don't have the passion, or something that they don't want to do, Nesto, just because you sitting down there at the prison house in a wrinkled jumpsuit without the funds for a new attorney. He's now saying that they are the Beauty and the Beast story. I was a king until the enemy of evilness in the world has dethroned me. But the beautiful thing is God has brung me the blessing in you. So I'm looking forward to that beautiful kiss of life again from the fountain water of youth from you. Put me in a more greater position in life, the way you fight for me. So I'm not worrying about any situation in the past. I have to stay focused on the future. I'm looking forward to hearing how society is going to accept you when you open up the Pandora's box. This is no time to worry about other people's feelings. It's about the truth. So run me my money, B. Get that money for that attorney and free your man. No, he didn't say that, but what he was basically trying to tell her was get the money, period. So if you don't know, he feels like he's stuck in Charlotte's web, which, Charlotte and Wilbur has nothing to do with this. Now it's the Beauty and the Beast story. She's also his Black Wonder Woman, and now she is Cinderella, and the shoe fits her. All right, you caught up? Let's get into it. I'm honored to see that you're willing to come from backstage and get up on the front stage and fight and speak on the truth about justice. That is very powerful. Some type of companionship. So use this platform to your advantage. I will say this now, although he's trying to pimp her for that attorney money, she was very, very, very silly not to use this platform to make the money. She wasn't patient enough. She's worried about everybody else's views and what everybody else got going on, counting other people's pocketbook and wallet when she was supposed to focus on hers. And let me tell you something, Sonya, sugar. When you got up on the YouTube, you didn't have to share that money with him because he's down at the jailhouse. So he wouldn't have known what you were making anyway. So I don't know why you didn't take advantage and use that to the best of your ability, but whatever. And to be quite honest with you, Sonya, when you're creating content, you really don't have time to even follow up on what's so negative anyway, unless you go fishing for it. But, I don't even know. Did I just agree with Nesto? Ooh, somebody pinch me. Nesto continues, you don't have to go through the hoops and loops trying to figure it out because you already have the source to blow everybody else out the water. Trying to cut pages because everyone else is cutting and pasting and trying to add their story. Take grass pennies, and how you win is off of other people's negative opinions. Only reason they have negative opinions because they don't know the truth and going off of speculation. So remember that movie Cinderella story? You have the glass slippers in your hand and on your feet right now. So tail off running. Turn that pumpkin into a carriage so I can have something to come home in when you pick me up. I love you. I didn't mean carrot. I meant carriage. So let me read that again. Remember the movie Cinderella story? You have the glass slippers in your hand and on your feet right now. So tail off running so you can turn that pumpkin into a carriage so I can have something to come home in when you pick me up. I love you. It's still November 17th, and Nesto is still talking. Powerful. As for the estranged wife, I would appreciate the boldness from the face that fits the voice, and the unknown rawness that fits the truth, and the unfairness of treatment and ongoing pain from viewing and listening to criticism that they didn't bring on themselves. What I like about your style is you have a reasonable compassion for all parties that's involved in the current situation that has a devastating trick of impact because evilness doesn't care who and what they destroy. So as far as my current situation, I'm only focusing on my freedom. And I can't think for everybody, but common sense makes sense. If you wasn't here, I would be done with no sense and hope, wondering if I'm in a wilderness like everyone else in here. So in my mind, I have the greatest future in the world with you, as long as I can help you control those panic attacks. Oh, is the Sugars having panic attacks? Now I do feel bad about that because listen, let me be honest with you. Hold on, let me stop for a minute. Although she is a gutter snipe when it comes to the words that come out of her mouth, I will say this has to be a lot to deal with. I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, just look at your phone right now. And if you're not a messy person or if you're not a person that's in mess, then congratulations, right? But for those of you who have sent some text messages about some people, or you're on the phone and you're venting to your friends or another family member, can you imagine if all of those calls, all of those text messages were released? Wow. But you know what? You really wouldn't have a problem because it would just be released to like your Facebook family and friends because it depends on your status. Unfortunately for Brother Ernest, he was married to Shirley Strawberry, which has been in radio for a very long time, and she sits next to Steve Harvey. So, it kind of sucks for them, right? But anywho, also, if your story was not exposed, some women that were sitting back, not wanting to come out and say what was going on because it wasn't public, now they're able to speak their piece, tell their story, say what happened when they were dealing with you. And yes, you are innocent until proven guilty. But this is also helping those women. You was all up in their pocketbooks, in their wallet, in their cash apps, in their Venmos, in their Zelles, okay? So you know what I'm saying? It's now helping people get their lives back in order after dealing with you. Also, you need to remind yourself that in your mind, you might think you can move fast as you used to, but you have to be mindful that you have a health condition. And when you get real busy going to eat and you burn a lot of energy, so right now you got to let the mind do the working for you and sit in one spot so you can have everything you need around you to keep your energy going. And before you do anything, talk to your friend that was a lawyer for 11 years and ask him for an opinion before you make any moves. Have a good day. I've been reading for 10 minutes. Keep in mind, I summarized, okay? Trying to help you understand what he's trying to say, especially if you haven't read these messages yet. Do you want to know what Sonya said for her response? Okay, long read, love. I respect your views. Basically, kiss my behind. I'm not reading all of that, is what she said. Ernest says, sometimes we ask ourselves, why are people more blessed and have more opportunities, like being wealthy, coming from a wealthy family, and being born into wealth? A lot of spouses think picking spouses that other people think they don't deserve. Well, are you speaking on your own situation, sir? Because people were wondering why Shirley was with you. Basically, he's saying people's talking trash and they're saying what they would do in somebody else's situation. But if it was their situation, they wouldn't know what to do. And that's why God gives certain people power. So basically, what I'm saying to you is I'm stressing. I understand power and sacrifice because I'm being sacrificed right now. Now, hey, listen, wait a minute. So do you mean sacrifice? Like, do you think it's some holy weird type? Baby, if you want to go down in the rabbit hole, now I can go down into the rabbit hole. That ain't what you meant, right? Because I don't think allegedly, if there is a such thing as that, I don't think you're on that list. Hey, no shade. I don't think you're on the list. Or do you mean sacrifice, meaning they're using you as an example, as a victim of being an innocent man? Okay, well, let's finish. Sonya, you can carry the torch and we can run a 100-yard relay. So you have to take our life to the finish line, to the greater good. It's your responsibility now. So you cannot worry about someone. Can she do it? Can't do it? Or their superficial opinions. I'm your responsibility. That's what God prepared all your life. So, Queen, you got to save the king by any means necessary. All the ant beds are ran by a queen, and all yellow wasp nests are ran by a queen. And yet, but least 100 bees are ran by a queen, by an empire. So go out there and build your nest. All your bees will manufacture your honey for you. That being said, your social and your net worth to build your platform. And any picture you use, send it to me because I'm a perfection. This is what he said. I'm a profession. Let me tell you how he spelled it. Professionist. Do you mean a perfectionist? You fucking idiot. Excuse my language. Because I'm a perfectionist and I would like the best to come out once the people get the taste of your product. They will never look back. First of all, Nesto, and I don't care about what we have to say about Sonya's edges, ponytails, and fashions and silver vest and all of that. First and foremost, who do you think you are, sir? Who gave you the rights to be a fashion consultant or an image? Who are you? Like, you send me the picture first? What? You're in the prison house, dude. I'm not sending you shit. If she's your Black Wonder Woman, if she's your Bonnie to your Clyde, if she's your Cinderella with the glass shoe because it fits her foot, if you're the Beast and she's your Beauty waiting to turn you back into a king, then why in the Sam hell do you feel like you have to give her a makeover? Isn't she perfect the way she is and her candy cane legs? Isn't that what you said? How beautiful she is? Use her face, huh? But you want her to send you the pictures first? It's because you're not impressed. Keep it real, Nesto. You think she's a canvas and you think you're an artist and you're trying to paint this picture. Well, I'll be damned. I figured it out. Would you love to know what Sonya said after all of that? Would you love to know? He offered her a full session to glamour shots because he's a perfectionist. And once he puts her out there, nobody's going to be able to turn her services away. And the only thing she could come up with was, as a response, is, I miss you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry about this laugh, you guys. She does not give a damn. I am going to stop right there, I think, because, wait a minute, is he still talking? Oh, Lord, we are still on November 17th, you guys. We are on the 18-minute mark. Let me just try to read this. It's the 17th. She might be cleaning chitlins. Lord knows she might be snapping green beans. You're getting on my nerves and her nerves. Let's finish the 17th out, you guys. He says, I miss you because we are super spiritually connected and many higher levels that's really unexplainable. It's the green waters talking again. We make each other. We often challenge each other with other mental stage to the highest level. What? Go to hell. Up, here it is. We make each other. We often challenge each other's mental state to the highest level with respect. You can't buy that nowhere. So when you're here, a white boy say, I'm not making no moves until he go home and talk to mama. He's talking about the queen of his life and the commander of his second thoughts. So keep pushing. And I love you very much on a Super Friday night. I don't think you ever told anyone that you love them as much as you've been telling me. Strangerful relationship. Strangerful. I want you all to type into Google strangerful and please prove me wrong if I'm ignorant, okay? Strangerful. Let me spell that. Strangerful. I won't be offended if that's really a word. She hasn't read these messages the whole time, and I've sat here and suffered through this knowing that I have to go to bed because I have to be to work at 4 a.m. So this is how he's ending this. I'm going to summarize this. He said, Wonder Woman and Superman. So now she is not only his Black Wonder Woman, but he is her Black Superman.